Hello, we're going to be continuing our government conversation today, and specifically, we're going to talk about citizenship and immigration. So, we are still in the Holt American Government book. This is our old textbook. You can find a more recent copy of this available online at the National Emergency Library or the National Emergency Archives. So, without further ado, let's start talking about citizenship and immigration. The Constitution guarantees certain fundamental freedoms to all people in this country. Becoming a full participant in the United States democratic system, however, requires citizenship. Only citizens, for example, may vote, hold office, and serve on juries. The Constitution and Congress have established the ways people may become U.S. citizens and the ways their citizenship may be lost. Becoming a United States citizen. The framers did not define citizenship in the Constitution. Rather, they assumed each state would establish rules for becoming state citizens and that those people would be considered U.S. citizens. Today, however, a person can become a U.S. citizen in only three ways. In two of these, citizenship is determined by birth. The third involves a legal process that is overseen by the U.S. Department of Justice. By birth, most Americans become citizens by birth. People can become citizens by birth in two ways: by being born to U.S. citizens or by being born in the United States or in a U.S. territory. Congress has long allowed a person born in a foreign country to become a U.S. citizen, even if at least one of his or her parents is a U.S. citizen. This principle of citizenship by parentage is known as jus sanguinis, a Latin phrase meaning law of the blood. A child born in a foreign country whose parents are both U.S. citizens gains citizenship only if the parent has resided at some point in the United States or in a U.S. territory. A child who has one parent who is a U.S. citizen and one who is a citizen of another country becomes a citizen only if the parent who is a U.S. citizen has lived in the United States or in a U.S. territory for at least 5 years. Two of the five must have been after the parent was 14 years old. In addition, the child can only maintain citizenship by living in the United States for 2 continuous years, sometime between his or her 14th and 28th birthday. A second way a person can become a citizen is by being born in the United States or in a U.S. territory. This principle of citizenship by birth is called jus soli, or jus soli, a Latin phrase meaning law of the soil. This principle was set into law by the 14th Amendment, which was ratified in 1868 and made freed slaves U.S. citizens. The 14th Amendment states that all persons born in the United States are citizens of the United States and the state in which they reside. What about children born in this country whose parents are citizens of a foreign country? Are they U.S. citizens? In most cases, they are, but only if their parents were under the authority of the United States at the time the children were born. A child born in the United States to parents officially representing a foreign country, for example, is not given citizenship. Through naturalization. The third way to gain citizenship is through naturalization, a legal process by which immigrants become citizens. The naturalization method of becoming a citizen is authorized by the 14th Amendment. Congress, however, passes the laws that outline this naturalization process. The first part of the naturalization process usually involves entering the United States legally. To do so, foreigners must prove that they can support themselves financially and that they can read and write. They must also prove they do not have certain diseases, mental illnesses, a drug addiction, or a criminal past. Several other restrictions also bar people from entering the United States. One, for example, bars the entry of anarchists, or people who favor the violent overthrow of the government. Generally, only aliens admitted as permanent residents may become U.S. citizens. Thus, foreign visitors, people staying or studying from abroad, and others who do not plan to live out their lives in the United States do not receive citizenship. Although they are not required to do so, aliens may file a citizenship application and a declaration of intention. A declaration of intention states that the applicant is over 18 years old and is planning to give up citizenship in another country and plans to become a U.S. citizen. Children under 16 automatically become citizens when both of their parents' naturalization has been officially completed. When only one parent has been naturalized, a petition may be filed for citizenship of the child as long as he or she is under 18 and lives with the naturalized parent. After entering the country legally, an alien can complete the naturalization process only if he or she has been a lawful resident of this country continuously for at least 5 years, or 3 years if married to a U.S. citizen, and has been physically present in the country for at least half of this period, is at least 18 years old, completes a citizenship application, is able to speak, read, and write English, demonstrates good moral character, belief in principles of the Constitution, and knowledge of U.S. history and government, supports the order of happiness of the United States, and takes an oath of allegiance to the United States at a swearing in ceremony. The U.S. government has occasionally given citizenship to a group of people all at once in a process called collective naturalization. The Constitution's 14th Amendment, for example, collectively naturalized freed slaves and other African Americans. The most common reason for collective naturalization, however, is the acquisition of a new territory. When Texas joined the nation in 1845, for example, Congress declared Texas residents naturalized U.S. citizens. So that wraps up our conversation on citizenship and immigration. I hope to have a test or an assessment posted for you guys by the end of the week. This is just for you to see how you're retaining the information, but I'll have more information on that later. Until then, I want you guys to stay safe, and I hope I see you soon. Bye.